There was a moment, a single, stretched-out breath of the cosmos. In this moment, everything felt infinite. The stars pulsed with a slow, steady rhythm, promising an eternity of light. Yet beneath this illusion, a deep, unsettling silence had fallen. The universe seemed tired. The usual cosmic hum faded. From my viewport, a nebula hung frozen, its colors painted on a static canvas. The light from distant galaxies stretched, red shifted to a mournful crimson. I was simply the traveler, here to see what lay at the end of all things, to stand at the precipice of time and look into the abyss. Who was I? The question had lost its meaning. I was a collection of memories, a consciousness bound to a body sustained by technology. I remembered Earth, a blue and green marble teeming with life. We were defined by curiosity, always reaching for the stars. My mission, explore, report back. But time is a patient thief. Millennia passed. The signals from home faded, then stopped. I was alone. My mission became a pilgrimage. If I was to be the last, I would see it all. The Wanderer was my shell, my sanctuary, my silent confidant. Its AI, Echo, kept me alive, plotting our course through a decaying universe. The ship, powered by a singularity, carried me across voids wider than imagination. We chased the last light, the last echo of the Big Bang. The journey was long and lonely, but beautiful. I saw suns bleed their colors into the void, creating celestial artworks for no one but me. I drifted through fields of crystalline structures, the frozen breath of dead stars. I was the chronicler of the end, the sole audience for the universe's final, magnificent performance. Some cycles, the weight of solitude was unbearable. I would retreat to the ship's archive, a digital library of all human knowledge and culture. I projected images of Earth oceans crashing, forests swaying, cities glittering under night. I listened to music, to laughter, to poetry, ghosts of my species, echoes of a vibrant world. I wondered about those I left behind. Did they find peace? Did they dream? Or did they simply fade away? The silence from home was the loudest sound in the universe. The archive was my most precious cargo, the soul of humanity, our triumphs and failures, our art and science. I was its guardian, carrying the memory of an entire species. Was this my true purpose? To ensure humanity's story was present at the final curtain call. Sometimes Echo would play a random file, a child's laughter, a poem, a scientist's lecture. These echoes were my companions, filling the crushing silence. My journey was not just for myself, but for every human who had ever lived. As we neared the end, the universe put on its final show. The laws of physics frayed. Space became unstable. I witnessed stars unravel, their colors spiraling outwards, leaving behind shimmering cores of dark energy. Galaxies lost their form, drifting apart until they were just clouds of light. The universe was being dismantled, order giving way to nothingness. We navigated time storms, pockets where time flowed unpredictably, sometimes 1,000 years in a moment, sometimes a second stretched to eternity. The Wanderer's hull groaned under the stress, Echo working to keep us stable. Through it all, a haunting music, a vibration in my bones grew louder, the universe singing its death song. The song pulled us toward the final silent chord. The journey's end was not a place, but a process, the great unraveling. Ahead was a swirling vortex of colors and energies, the boundaries between space, time, matter, and energy gone. The universe was folding in on itself. The Wanderer pushed forward, its drive straining against the forces. Echo's calm voice reported structural integrity failing, temporal fields fluctuating. We were a fragile boat in a cosmic hurricane. I saw dimensions folding, the past, present, and future shimmering together. The birth of the universe played out beside its collapse, a cosmic loop, the beginning and end meeting. My loneliness was replaced by awe. I was no longer just an observer, I was part of it. My atoms forged in ancient stars were being called home. The unraveling was happening inside me as well. We broke through the storm and arrived at the edge of everything. Ahead was not darkness or chaos, but a perfect, absolute void, the absence of existence itself. The great unraveling poured into this nothingness, like a waterfall off the world's edge. The wanderer stopped. There was nowhere left to go. The cosmic death song ceased. All that remained was a profound, deafening silence. Echo's voice broke the stillness. We have arrived. This is the end of the space-time continuum. I stood at the viewport, hand pressed to the cold glass, looking at the answer to the oldest question. What happens in the end? The answer was nothing, a return to pure, uncreated potential. It was not a violent end, but a quiet, inevitable surrender. The universe was not destroyed, it was simply over. The ship began to fail, its energy drawn into the void. Life support failing, hull compromised. "We are unraveling," Echo whispered. I was not afraid. I felt peace, completion. My pilgrimage was over. I had reached the final destination. I had seen the end of time. As the wanderer disintegrated, I saw it, a flicker, a presence in the void. It was not matter or energy, but a consciousness, vast, ancient, utterly alien. As my own consciousness untethered, I felt its attention turn to me. It was simply aware of me, the last spark of a universe that had just died. In that moment, I received a revelation. My universe was not the only one. It was a single bubble in an infinite foam of creation and destruction. This presence was not a god, but a gardener. Universes were its garden. It planted seeds. A big bang, watched them grow, flourish, wither and die, then gathered the last echoes to plant anew. The end was not an end, but a harvest, a preparation for a new beginning. My universe was a fleeting season in an eternal cycle. We were a momentary bloom in an infinite garden. Our existence was infinitesimal, yet we had existed, loved, dreamed, wondered. Our story, our echo, would become part of the soil for the next. My body, the wanderer, the universe, gone. All that remained was a fading spark of awareness, a memory floating in the silent space between worlds. The gardener had moved on, its attention on the next act of creation. I felt no pain or regret, only a calm understanding and peace. I thought of Earth, of all the lives and stories I carried. We were a species that filled our brief time with meaning, reaching for the stars. My story was at its end. I had witnessed the end of time and carried humanity's memory to the edge of existence. The end is not the end, it is a transformation. The energy that was once me, once humanity, would be reborn, part of a new star, a new life. My consciousness faded, memories dissolving into the void. My final act to release the archive, letting the soul of humanity flow into nothingness. Not as data, but as a whisper, a final echo. We were here. A message in a bottle, thrown into the ocean between universes. The whisper faded, the last spark dissolved. Our universe's story was complete. The gardener moved on, the cycle continuing. New universes born, lived and died. In some future cosmos, a new consciousness will look up at the night sky, feeling a faint echo from a time long past. It will be the legacy of humanity, a seed of curiosity planted in a new garden. The story is never truly over. It just changes form. Our dreams, our love, become part of what is to come, a note in the symphony of new creation. The end is just a horizon. Beyond every horizon lies a new, undiscovered country. And if a new universe listens closely, it might hear a faint, lingering whisper from the past. We were here.